No, they said 30 minutes. So trying to stay live for 30 minutes so I can get my life together. And then after that, I can start like co-creating and stuff. So we can see how it go. But I'm excited though. This is interesting. I've been answering some of the questions that have been coming into my DM. One of the questions that I see a lot is, where are you from? Clearly, I'm from Virginia. You know, that's not a big deal for me. I'm from Virginia. I travel a lot, but I'm usually in Virginia, 95% of the time, from like day to day. I did also see, let me see. They was asking about whether or not I still make cakes. Yes, I do. I still make cakes. I still do stuff for weddings and birthdays, sometimes big, sometimes small. It just depends, but it's hard trying to fit it into my everyday thing. I'd be nervous about going on live because I was I agree with that, because sometimes people do ask crazy stuff, and I know for me, I'm gonna address it. It ain't never been a problem for me to be like, what the fuck was said. So I agree with that 100%. Some people definitely ask crazy questions, and my DMs are insane. I only picked 5 questions because I didn't want to have to address all of the stupid things. I've gotten some weirdos saying like, "Ooh, you gonna be my teacher?" Now, how would that work, young man? How would I teach you? Right. So some people ask crazy questions like that. I think for the men, it's like a way for them to be able to slide in there and be like, "Ooh, let me see if this is it." It don't work. Please don't bring your ass in my DM talking about, "Ooh, can you teach me next?" No, I cannot. No, I cannot actually. So yeah, that happens a lot. But then I get some people who genuinely just want to know if I like my job. Like, do you like being a teacher? Do you enjoy being a teacher? And for me, I do thoroughly enjoy being a teacher. For me, my kids, my students are like my kids. I treat all of them like my child. So when it comes to certain things, I'm very stern, but I give them hard love because I want them to know that somebody cares. With my kids, I teach middle school. So that's a pivotal age where they're learning how to address their emotions and not just lash out. A lot of them kids, they fight a lot. And they when I say they fight, I mean they're fighting at home. They're fighting with siblings. They're arguing with parents. They're arguing in group chats. And then they're coming to school and they're trying to find their footing in middle school. And that's very, very difficult for kids. But for me as a middle school teacher, I try to be the teacher that I needed at that age. So a lot of them come to me and they're like, "Hey, I need you to swoop my edges this morning." And what I be doing, I be up in there swooping edges. Yep. So if they need their edges swooped, that's what I'm in there doing. Some of them want breakfast in the morning. I keep breakfast bars and stuff like that in my classroom. Other days, I got kids that don't have coats. And I'm going to the Walmart next door and I'm getting them a coat. Because you're not walking around in 30 degrees with a coat on, without a coat. So being a teacher has a lot of different aspects to it, but I will genuinely say it's a thankless job, because as a teacher, your job is never done. You're never just a teacher. You're a teacher, you're a therapist, you're a hairstylist, you're a prayer warrior, because I pray over my kids. Every day I pray over them. I make sure that they're okay. I make sure that they have what they need. Also, teaching is the last part of what you do day to day with all those kids. It's the last part of what you do. Genuinely, when you have kids coming into your classroom to see you, coming to spend time with you, they genuinely just want to see what it looks like to be you. And for me, I teach at a predominantly black school. So I want my kids to see somebody that looks like them doing something positive. Not behind bars, not running from the cops, not on the street corner, but actually doing something positive. So that's why that's a big deal for me. But teaching is where I'm meant to be for the moment. I'm not exactly sure that that's going to be my end-all, be-all, because there's always room for growth. But for now, I know that teaching is exactly where I'm supposed to be. And my students let me know that every day. When they come in and they're like, "Hey, I just want to talk," or "I just want to come eat lunch with you. Can I come in here for the next class? Can I come eat breakfast?" Stuff like that really gets me going. I know my kids feel safe in my classroom, and that's a big thing for me. Come in here. I'm going to swoop your edges. I'm going to get you ready for school. If y'all, my kids on picture day, It was swoop my edges, help me put my hair up in a bun, try to do this, try to do that. How my fit look? Is my fit T? That's what the kids be asking. And I have to get them ready. So it's pretty cool to teach middle school. I taught elementary school for 5 years before this, and it was not the same. It wasn't bad, but it was a lot of picking boogers, sharing crayons, and redirecting tears. So middle school is a little different now. Middle school wasn't perfect when I got there. When I first started middle school teaching, I got cussed out every day. My first year of teaching middle school was probably the hardest year I've ever had teaching. And it was hard because I was in a demographic where these kids are constantly used to teachers running out on them, people not staying, people not being there for them long term. So it did make a difference to see them actually gravitate towards me because they realized, like, okay, she's here to stay. She wants to be here. That made a total difference. So I'm excited to see what teaching turns into for me later. But for now, I can genuinely say that I love my job. I can say that for sure. Being a teacher is rewarding. It's rewarding. It's not always perfect. You have days where you banging your head on the damn desk because you're tired. You have other days where you lit because the kids excited to see you. They want to do a TikTok with you. They want to dance with you. I haven't let any of my students follow me on TikTok just because I don't know what kind of creepies are out there, and I don't want them anywhere near me after work. When I'm at work, it's cool, but once I get off, I'm off work. So I try to keep that separate, but I do have a lot of sweet kids that want to follow me or want to see what I'm doing outside of work, want to see what I'm up to. Kids that go to high school from leaving middle school where I am, and they want to, keep up. They want to make sure that we keep in contact. So that's something that I'm working on. I've never been one to blur the lines between professionalism and personal life, but I feel like some of these kids genuinely have built bonds and they just want to be able to connect with me later. So we shall see. But that one was the answer to whether or not I like teaching. Another question I'm asked very often is, what is your favorite place that you've traveled to thus far? So far I've answered, where are you located? I'm in Virginia. Do I like teaching? Yes, I do. It is a thankless job, but it is what I'm meant to do at this moment. Do I still make cakes? Yes, I actually do. And then the next question is, where's my favorite place that I've traveled so far? So far, I probably would say the place that I enjoyed traveling to the most was Africa. I've been to Ghana and I've been to Cape Town, Africa. It is very, very hot. Very, very hot. And very, very sticky. But they are absolutely beautiful countries. Also, there's a lot to see in a very little bit of time. And the people there are so excited to show you because they're excited that you want to be there. So I really, really, really enjoyed Africa. Africa was actually my favorite place. I've also been to Egypt as well, and it was absolutely beautiful. I went to Cairo, Egypt, and they had to drag me back to the airport, baby. I did not want to go. I enjoyed it thoroughly. Seeing the pyramids up close, being able to talk to people who have lived there and actually grown there, it has made such a difference. So that's probably my favorite place I could say that I visited would be Africa for sure. Egypt, Cape Town, Africa, and Ghana were my top 3 African countries that I enjoyed. If I had to pick somewhere that wasn't on the same continent, then I probably would pick maybe Aruba. Because Aruba was the safest place I've ever been to. You can walk and just get to know different areas. I stayed in Nord when I was there. Aruba was a little different because they don't have stoplights. They only have like roundabouts. So depending on where you live, if you have roundabouts, people can't drive. In Virginia, a roundabout is literally a test of retardation. People stop instead of yielding. They don't yield for the person already in the roundabout. So it's a mess. But in Aruba, they only have roundabouts. They don't have traffic lights. So the town is pretty small. It's really easy to get around. They do a taxi service. So that's pretty cool. I'm actually going to do a post about my time in Aruba and like different places to go, things to do. So that'll be coming soon. Toronto is another place that I really, really enjoy traveling as well. That's actually going to be my next travel post. 48 hours in Toronto. So look out for that, y'all. And honestly, I think those are my top places I have visited comfortably and confidently. Like I wasn't afraid. I wasn't afraid of people chasing me, or like, you know, sometimes people get weird when you're out of town. I will say when I went to Mexico, I've been to Mexico several times. I've also been to Puerto Rico and Dominican Republic. Mexican men love black women. Let me first say that. And then once they realize you can speak Spanish, because I speak fluent Spanish, those men be ready to fall over. So once I got to Mexico and I realized, okay, this is my time to shine. I can speak Spanish to them and they're not going to be uncomfortable. They're going to let me just do my thing. And I started talking Spanish. The men started following me around and it made me nervous. I know their intentions probably were good, but it made me so nervous to be walking around another country and have people following me around. And they were like, let me buy you a drink, mommy, let me buy you a drink. And I was there with family. But they didn't know that. You know, that could have been my brother. That could have been my boyfriend. You don't know. And they still were like, we don't care. We see them and we don't care. So Mexico is definitely the place to go for black women. As long as you go well supported, please don't go alone unless you just know the area or unless you have access to materials that'll keep you safe. It wasn't an unsafe environment. Everybody was really, really nice. But I will say that is the only country I've been to where I've had men like literally gawk at me and follow me. I went to the mall in Cancun. I had somebody like follow me throughout the entire mall, like calling people on the phone to flip the camera to show them me. And I was like, sir, we don't even know each other. So definitely be mindful of that. Isla Mujeres was nice. The food was really good over there too. And they got a lot of great tequilas. I had a coconut flavored tequila. That was the best tequila I've ever had in my life. And I can't find it anywhere else. So when I go back to Mexico, I'll be getting something to bring back home. So if you're just joining into the live, y'all, really quick, I'm just going to recap what I talked about. I talked about the 5 questions that I get in my DM the most. I answered where I'm from, which is Virginia. Do I like teaching? Yes, I love it. My favorite place I've been to, Africa, obviously took the cake. Several countries in Africa I loved. And then, do I still make cakes? Yes, I do when I have time. I'm in between a lot of things right now. Got a lot of projects working, so cakes is still happening. I actually got booked through October this year, so still making up for lost time because last year I kind of took a little bit of a hiatus. So yes, I still make cakes. And then lastly, the 5th question, the question I get the absolute most. The question I get the absolute most in my DM is, are you single? Are you single? And sorry, y'all, I had to turn on low power mode. Are you single? And do you have a boyfriend? Can I be your teacher? Can you be my teacher? Can I be a student in your class? A lot of awkward activity happening. But yes, I am single. I am not looking for anyone though, y'all. I am not. I'm single by choice, and honestly, I appreciate all the messages and all the DMs. But I will say, dating in this generation, 0 out of 10 do not recommend, okay? I'm single by choice, but I will genuinely say the next relationship I get into, he will get the best version of what I have to offer. The next relationship I get into will be something immaculate, because it does take a lot to get my attention when it comes to the hey beautiful messages and stuff like that. I'm not easily moved. I appreciate it, and I'm grateful. I know that everybody sees beauty different. Just as many people that call me beautiful, there are 50 that call me ugly. I've had men call me ugly to my face. And I think that's a personal choice. I feel like everybody's attractive to somebody, but everybody also is unattractive to somebody. So that being said, I love the opportunity to be able to network and meet new people. But I'm not looking for anything romantic. If it finds me and God decides like, okay, that's your person, I can't wait, because I know it's gonna be great. But in the meantime, I'm not like beating down anybody's door. I deleted all my dating apps. I just want to relax. I want to be able to enjoy life, and whatever happens, happens. I'm kind of at a place where I'm ready to go with the flow when it comes to dating versus just jumping out at somebody being like, oh, I want to date you right today. A lot of the men that say, oh, you're beautiful or I'm attracted to you, usually it's physical first. But if you don't take the time to get to know a person, you don't know what you're getting yourself into. I feel like in order to be able to date me specifically, you have to be willing to do the work. You have to be willing to get to know me, get to know who I am as a person. You have to be a good person. I'm not going on 51st dates. I'm not. You got to know what you want, how you want it to be done, where you want to go, what you want to do. I need a man that's going to plan. You got to show up and show out. Hey, be ready at 8. I got this together. This is what we about to do. I do not want to be asked, well, what you want to do? Where you want to go? I don't really know. Well, when you free, please don't ask me what you doing all damn day, because my answer is nothing. Nothing. Sitting here looking at you, looking at me. And I don't want that. I don't want that. I want balance. I want peace. I want intention. And that's the biggest thing. Like, you have to have intention when it comes to dating someone. You have to have intention. Because if you don't, then what exactly are we doing, baby? What are we doing? If you texting me, what you doing now all day? And my response is, oh, I'm working, or I'm doing this, or I'm doing that. Then what? What happens after that? I get bored easily when it comes to consistency. Now, I will say in relationships, I'm a very loyal person, and I've never had a relationship shorter than 4 years. I've been proposed to 4 times. Never made it down the aisle. I've never been married. But I've definitely been proposed to 4 times. And I will say that I've grown. Who I was 10 years ago isn't who I am now. I've been single almost 3 years, and I've enjoyed getting to know myself all over again. I've enjoyed being able to heal from past relationships, childhood trauma, anything you could think of. I done healed from it, baby. I done got a therapist and talked to somebody, got those thoughts out. I write poetry, I journal, all the things. Self-care is so important to me. Self-care is so important to me. And honestly, you can't love somebody else if you don't have your life together. If you don't have yourself in a place where you are open to receive love from someone and open to love somebody like you've never been hurt, then you're not ready for a relationship yet. For me personally, I'm ready for that because I've done the work, but I don't want to date somebody who hasn't gotten their self together. You got to meet me where I'm at. Meet me where I'm at. Also, please don't DM me and ask to pay my bills. Please don't do that. I say that because a lot of y'all are scammers. Y'all are not trying to pay nothing. Y'all trying to get my bank account information. I'm not doing it. I feel like if you're moving with intention, it will show. And when it does show, then I'll know right then and there. But I'm pretty good at picking up on bullshit. I'm pretty good at reading and looking through people. So I can kind of tell when somebody not genuine. And just don't DM me and ask me to pay my bills, y'all. If you're going to pay my bills, send the funds. Send the funyuns. Mm-hmm. And most of the time, y'all not going to do that. Y'all just be talking like, oh, you got any bills to pay? And then after that, then you want to know my bank account information. Not going to happen. You want to know where I'm at, what I'm doing. You trying to get my phone number. All the things. TikTok is not a dating site, y'all. I've been on here 3 weeks. I've been on here 3 weeks, y'all, and in the 3 weeks I've been on TikTok, I've gotten 400 DMs. I have no idea what any of them mean. A lot of them are simple. Some of them are wig promos. I've been getting a lot of wig promo content, so that's been pretty cool. People been asking like, oh, where are my wigs? We'll do this, we'll do that. I don't know how to do none of that, y'all. It took me 30 minutes to figure out how to set up this live today. I have no idea what I'm doing. But I'm learning. And so once I get it together, I'll be able to do a little more. Like, reach out, do more, be more positive. But for now, I'm happy that you guys were willing to join me on live because, again, I'm learning. This is new to me. And I'm new to TikTok. I don't know what I'm doing. I got a 12-year-old niece. That's my girl, okay? I got a 12-year-old and 11-year-old niece, and both of them, they get me together with this TikTok thing, okay? They actually both want to do some dances on TikTok with me. So I told them I'll get in the field, you know, but I'm a millennial, so it's a little different. I'm 31. I'll be 32 this year. And so my nieces think I'm old. So I got to show them that I got mega knees. Got to show them that I got it together. I can still shake and move. Because I think they forget we the ones that did a lot of that. You know, like the Bird Walk Challenge by Soulja Boy. Them kids don't know nothing about that, baby. So I'm going to have to get in the field and show them what's really going on. So we're going to do that. I'm hoping to do that one. That other one, I think it's called the Boo Challenge with the little Johnny Bravo dance. And then the kids be like this. I'm going to show them how to do that too. And bust it down, okay? So we're going to see how it go. But I'm definitely excited to get to know some more people. If you're open to genuine connections, definitely DM me. We can have a good conversation. Just please don't come in my DM with the foolishness. Please. No, I cannot teach you. No, you cannot come in my class. I don't even look at my students in that way. And I think it's kind of creepy that y'all got this teacher fantasy thing going on. But nope. I am actually not the girl for that. But genuine conversation, good connections, collabs, coming on live together, promoting products, stuff like that, I'm all for it. That type of stuff, I'm down for. I'm also a published author as well. I'm an autism mom. I have a 5-year-old. Well, he's about to be 5. But he is the light of my life. That's my only kid. And he is just the best thing ever. So I wrote a book about what autism looks like from the classroom perspective. And I did that because a lot of people think autism means retardation or it means that you are incapable. And it's actually the opposite. My son started reading at 3. He talks in full sentences. He is fully potty trained. He can ask like, hey, Mom, I want pizza for dinner tonight. And he's 4. So God blesses us when they're ready. But thank you all for joining my live. I appreciate you all, and I'm looking forward to coming back soon. Thank y'all for sticking it out with me for my first live. Hopefully I can get it together and try to do this a little more. I also said in the beginning too, my voice has been hoarse. We didn't have heat in my classroom this week. And where I live, it's 18 degrees, 14 degrees. So my voice has gone completely, but I'll be back soon, y'all. But thank you again for joining my live. And thank you for taking the time out to just sit with me, sit with your girl, talk to me for a little while. Thank y'all. I have no idea how to end this, so I'm working on it. See y'all. Bye. Thank you.